Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the Paw Patroller from the show Paw Patrol. I think that this is the best looking vehicle that I've ever made from a cartoon, or maybe ever. This thing is insane. If you enjoy the tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that, and consider subscribing. And just to let you know, I have already made the Paw Patrol headquarters, which you can see in the background. If you want to make that before you make this, or if you just want to make it in the future, check out the card system and the description below. It will be the first thing that you see in both of those places. The tutorial for this is just to repeat myself in the card system and the description below. I would highly suggest making both of these together. But without any further ado, let me show you how to make this awesome build. So if you want to make it, I can tell you that this build will take up 43 blocks by 7 blocks worth of space. That is 43 blocks covering the length of the vehicle, and the vehicle itself is only 7 blocks wide, so do make sure that you have enough space. You also need all of these materials that I have in my inventory right now. I don't think that we will need any more, but sometimes I'm a little bit scatterbrained. I don't remember all of them, but this will cover most materials. Make sure that you have them all. Make sure that you have enough space, and then we can begin. So we're going to begin by placing a blue concrete on the floor. We're then going to place a light blue on top of that. We want to then place another light blue on top of that light blue and go right by 1. Go up 1 and then right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We then want to go down by 2. 1, 2. And then we want to place inwards and to the right a light blue, like this. We then want to go right by 2, 1, 2, and then we want to place a light blue going outwards towards us to the right. Then go up by 2, 1, 2, and then we want to place 3 white concrete on top of this, 1, 2, 3. We're then going to go left by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're then going to do 2 bottom left diagonals until we reach the blue concrete below us. What we now want to do is we want to take the row of 3 light blue that we have right here, and we want to add another row of light blue on top. We then want to fill in all of this empty space here using white concrete. Just like this. We then want to take this white concrete right here that we connected downwards diagonally, and we want to place 3 glass on top of this. 1, 2, 3. Go right by 1, up 1, and then right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place 2 blue concrete going right, 1, 2, and place an entire row of red directly on top of what you've just made. We then want to take the right hand red, the one all the way over at the right hand side, and we want to go up 1, right 1, up 1 to create this shape right here. Connect the blue concrete down towards the cabin. This is what I'm going to call the cabin, by the way, the front of the truck. And we want to fill in the remainder of the space using black glass, like this. This build looks very weird at the moment, but will get a lot better later on. We also have to add a wheel. So there is a wheel at the front of the build, and we want to take this row of 3 blue concrete that we have right here, and we want to place a row of grey concrete inwards and down from that row of blue. Place a black concrete underneath the middle, and then place grey concrete connecting it down to the ground. Left 1, right 1, connect, connect, like this. Place an iron trap door in front of the top half of the black concrete, and later on we will be placing a switch inside that will flip it down and look a bit better. So the next thing we want to do is we want to take this blue concrete right here, this light blue concrete, specifically this one on the right hand side of the build. And we want to go right of this by 3 using the, by 4, I do apologize, by 4 with the light blue concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we want to go down by 1. We then want to take the middle block in this row of blue concrete that we have, this one, and we want to place 6 white concrete coming upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. We then want to take the second block in the row that we've just made, the white block, and we want to go right by 3 with the white. 1, 2, and 3. And let me just adjust my plans here. Here we go. And then we want to continue going right by 19 using black glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We then want to place a row of glass on top of this, which is just 1 block shorter on the right hand side. Like this. We then want to place a row on top of this of glass that is 1 row shorter on either side. So we want to have this sort of effect right here. We then want to continue the build by coming back to the row of light blue concrete that we placed earlier, where we have this single block pointing down, where you want to take the block above that and you want to go right by 2 with the white concrete, 1, 2, go down 1, and then place a light blue concrete underneath this, go right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, go right by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go down 1, right 1, down 1, go right by 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then go up 1, right 1, up 1, right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go down 1, right 1, down 1. Place a white concrete to the right. We then want to take this white concrete and you want to extend it upwards. The goal here is to be able to connect that white concrete all the way to the front of the build. So we want to take this white concrete and we want both sides to connect like this. So in essence, what we're looking for should very much look like this. Now we have to fill this in a little bit. So the way that we're going to do this is we will begin by using our blue concrete and we want to place 2 rows of blue concrete underneath the top row of white concrete. So this is going to be 2 rows of blue coming directly down from the top. Like, let me show you. This kind of reminds me of like Colgate toothpaste. It kind of looks like this. We then want to fill the rest of the area in using white concrete. So simply filling the rest of the area using white concrete like this. So all around the windows, all the way around the inside, fill in using white concrete. Just like this. So we want to have this shape right here. We are then going to use our light blue concrete and we want to place underneath these 2 parts. So you can see on the back of the build we have like 2 hills using like light blue concrete. You want to place a row of light blue concrete underneath the part that like comes up like this, like the 2 semicircles like so. Use the grey concrete and underneath and inside of the 2 spaces that you've just filled up, you want to start from the left hand side of this empty space like here. Like, can you see what I'm talking about? So like here, you want to place 3 grey concrete going right, 1, 2, 3, leave a gap of 1, and then place 1, 2, 3, if that makes sense. So like this. Take the middle blocks, place black concrete on top of them, and then place grey either side with an iron trapdoor in front of the black concrete. So you can see that we're just placing wheels underneath these empty spaces. And this includes the back also. So on the back, we want to take start from the left hand side, the empty space underneath. We want to go 1, 2, 3, gap of 1, 1, 2, 3. Place a black concrete on the center block, grey either side, and then simply iron trapdoors are later going to be flipped down using switches, and they will look like cool wheels. So that's what we want to have so far, right? That's what we've got going for us. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, which will come into play a lot more later, is we want to use our red concrete, and we want to place a row of red concrete on top of the, I don't know what to call this part, like the back part of the lorry, the truck, whatever you want to call it. You want to place a row of red concrete that is 1 row shorter than the actual, back part of the lorry on either side. It's 1 row shorter. We also want to place a row of white concrete on the back of the lorry as well, coming out of the back, that is 1 row shorter on either side than the previous row. So we want to have this. This is the effect that we're looking for. We also have the Paw Patrol emblem to place on the lorry. So if you find where this wheel in particular is on the Paw Patroller, like this wheel, I'm sure that you guys will be able to see it. It's like the middle wheel right now. This one. You want to find the middle of the wheel, and you want to move up from it and find the glass in the window, this bottom glass in the window that corresponds with the middle of the wheel. Place a light grey concrete in this position, and then place a red concrete on top, and then a white, red, light grey. You then want to place a white concrete left and right of the red, and then you want to place a red concrete left and right of that middle white concrete. And then you want to place light grey concrete on the outside part of this that simply covers up all of the empty space around it like this. So it looks like a crest or a shield. We have 1 more wheel left to do on the Paw Patroller. So this wheel is hidden away underneath this row of 3 light blue concrete that we have towards the front of the Patroller. Underneath here. We want to place a row of 3 grey concrete underneath and inside of the row of 3 light blue, and we want to place a black concrete underneath the middle, grey concrete left and right, and grey underneath, like this. And of course, we want to place our iron trapdoor that is specifically in front of the upper half of the black concrete. The end result of all of this should look exactly like this. That is perfect. What we now want to do is we want to come to the back of the Patroller. And you want to come to the inside. You then want to take this... We'll start off with this row of white concrete at the back. And we want to place 6 rows of white concrete coming across the back of the build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we want to extend every single one of those white concrete blocks across the back of the build like so. So every single one across the back of the build like this. You then want to take these white concrete blocks as well, and you want to extend these across the back of the build. So these 2 diagonally connecting white concretes. You want to take this light blue concrete as well and extend it across the back of the build. And you also want to do the same with this red concrete as well, like this. You can even take this row of red concrete and you can extend it towards the front of the build, and you can connect it in the same position on the front. So you can take like this and you can connect it in the same position on the front like that. And you can even take this row of white concrete here that is like in between the bed and the lorry and stuff, and you can just extend this across by 6 as well. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can just extend every single one of those white concretes. And by doing this, you're going to just see how this is going to be turned into a nice big 3D shape instead of the flat 2D pixel art that we kind of have at the moment. You can even take this row of light blue concrete as well above the wheel and extend it across. Now, we should be left with something that should look like this. So this is why I don't usually build stuff in front of buildings, so that we can get better looks at things. But what we basically want to do on this side of the Paw Patroller, we want to take what is on this side, the side that we've already done, we basically want to copy this onto this side. Now, it's very easy to do this. You literally look forwards and you copy what you see. So for instance, we have this light blue concrete here. You can see looking at this side that we have to extend this upwards and then to the right. And you can see where it has to be connected. So you can see that this is the furthest point here and this is where we've extended it to. And we also have this row of blue on top, like this. You literally want to copy what you see on the opposite side of the build. And if you ever get in trouble, take the opposite side of the build, like this light blue, and extend it towards you and make sure that it's in the same position. You can do the exact same thing with the entirety of the frame if you like, just to make sure that everything is in position. But that's all you have to do. You only have to copy what has already been done. And the reason that I'm extending all of these blocks right here as well, not only to make sure that I'm right, but this will also mean that we don't have any holes inside of the Paw Patroller itself, because we do, of course, want to have it sealed up. But you can see that we have the same stuff on this side as we do the other side. Now we can take this as well, and we can extend this across. And let's say that I'm not sure if this is the right position. We can take this block here and we can extend it towards us and it connects together. And we want to take this block, extend it down. I'm also going to extend these blocks across as well, because I don't want to have any holes in the Patroller at all. I'm going to take this row and I'm going to extend it across as well, just above the wheels, like this. And I can see from the other side that that row of light blue has to be here as well, like that. And I have to take the white concrete and I've got to copy what we have on that side. So like we'd have a white concrete here, and here, and here, and here. And then we'd have a light blue concrete here, and here. And we'd have two here as well, as you can see from the other side. And then we have to place the white concrete as well. So like just above here, we have to copy the white concrete. And the blue concrete as well. We have to copy that. And you can see that this is just a much faster way of completing this particular part of the build, because we don't want to have to go through all of the instructions again when we can just as easily just look directly forwards and copy what we have. I really hope that you don't run into trouble on this particular part, but I guess if you are going to have any trouble with anything, it might be with this. But do make sure that it's just the exact same as it is on the opposite side, like that. Just make sure it's the exact same. And if you don't get it right the first time, then just, you know, like I said, you just make sure that the blocks line up. You can literally extend one block from one side over to the other side to see if the positioning is correct. And now, I do believe I'm at the part where all I have to do is simply fill in this back part of the lorry using white concrete. And I don't know whether to actually put the Paw Patrol insignia, the Paw Patrol logo, on this side of the lorry as well. I think I'll just leave it on that one side that we can see. You know, like that part? I don't know whether to have it on this side as well. I don't think I will. I think I'll just have it on that side in particular. We also have to fill in the top of the lorry. So you can see that we have this big rectangular empty space. Well, just one row above and one row inside of this, we want to place a layer of red concrete that is, like I said, one row above and one row inside that will simply cover up all of the empty space. There's nothing fancy that you have to do here, you just have to make sure that it covers up the empty space. Well, that kind of failed right there. But we do want to just go back and forth, make sure that all of the empty space is covered using the red concrete. And we should be left with something that looks pretty good. Like, so far, we have this, which, as you can see, is basically this side, minus the wheels, and minus the logo. Which means that we have to now... I realize I've done something a bit stupid as well, in that I really should have applied all of these switches to the wheels, but we can sort that out. Like now, we actually have perfect access to the back of these wheels. We should place levers on these and flip them down, or blocks of redstone, or a torch, or whatever the case may be. Like, we just want to flip these down. I don't know why I like levers or whatever so much. I actually prefer these more than anything else, and I don't know why, but we're going to take every single wheel, and whilst we can, we're going to place the levers on them, and we want to make sure that they're all flipped down. And now we want to place the wheels on this side. So the same thing as before. We just want to simply copy the wheels from that side onto this side, and we want to make sure that the wheels are one row inwards. And I'm going to take the opportunity here to place the levers on the backs of these blocks, and I'm going to place the iron trapdoors here, and I'm going to place grey concrete here. But like, I don't know why I grabbed levers, I always do this, but like redstone torches would work equally as well. But like, we've got more wheels in this position as well, like here and here, and we want to place the black concrete with the iron trapdoors in front of them. And then, like I said, redstone torches should work equally. Are they not working? Huh. Okay, maybe there was a reason that I grabbed levers then, I guess. I don't know. I don't see why that wouldn't... I guess it just doesn't... put the signal to it. I guess that the redstone signal would have to be like pointed at it. Maybe that's why it is. I'm not really a redstone guy, so I'm not really sure why that doesn't work. I guess the torch has to be like pointed towards it, but whatever. The point of the matter is, we want to have all of the wheels that we have on the opposite side of the lorry, the opposite side of the patroller, on this side. So we do just want to make sure that all of the wheels in all of the positions are equal. Will that one work, or have I placed the trapdoor wrong? Nope. And you can even do the same thing to this wheel here. You can place it in the same position as it would be on this side, because we know the position of this wheel is going to be here in line with all of the other wheels. Like, if you have a look at all of the others, you know where the wheel's going to be. We just have to build the rest of the lorry around it. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take this row of red, and let me make sure that I've actually got a good view of this, because I don't want to mess this up. So you can see that like the front of the lorry, and by the way, that's the back of the lorry pretty much done, right? Like that's it pretty much done. It's looking quite good at that. We want to take the flicky up part at the back of the cab, and we want to take these reds and we want to extend them across this way by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so. You can even take this red as well and extend it across, and the one directly below it and extend it across, like this. And then it really is just a case of copying what you have on that side onto this side. So for instance, we want to take this red concrete and we want to extend it forwards. We can even take this red concrete and connect it to the opposite side here, like this. And then why don't we actually just like fill in the top of this whilst we're actually at it? So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to use our red concrete, and we want to place a row of red concrete above and inside of the empty space that we have at the top of the cabin. So just like this, we want to just cover up that empty space. We then want to place another row of red concrete here at the back that goes from this block to this block and everywhere in between, like this. We then want to take the 3 middle blocks and we want to extend them forwards, and they just want to kind of like sit inside of this empty space, if this makes sense. So, well, the space isn't empty, but it wants to sit inside of the previous shape that we have made, like that. So far we want to have that, and that's actually like the roof, the top of the cabin, complete. Which means that we do also have to take all of the other blocks and we have to apply them to this side. So for instance, like you can see that we have that blue there. We want to apply it to this side. We want to apply those 2 rows. The same can be said for the glass as well. So all of the glass that we have on that side, we also want to apply to this side, like this. We do want to make sure that it is even. That seems to be the same. And here, that seems to be right as well. Yeah, that's definitely the same as the opposite side. We want to place white concrete underneath this glass and then extend it backwards like this. And we just want to place a few rows of white to come up and meet it. That is the same as the other side, as you can see. We have to also take the light blue and we have to do the same thing here. So there's a light blue here. And then these 2 as well coming down. And then we've got this row of 3 light blue that is actually set inside the lorry like this. And we have that row. Then there's a row of white above it, as you can see. And then we have another row of blue here above the wheel. And then we have 2 blue here as well. And you can see that that is the same as the opposite side. Now that we can't see it, you can still go to the opposite side of the lorry and make sure that it's correct. Like that. We also have a blue to add here, here, and here. What we actually want to do is we want to destroy this very first blue concrete that we placed there. And we want to place a row of light grey concrete that connects the front under part of the lorry together, like this. We then want to place 2 rows of blue concrete connecting one side to the other, like that. And I do want to make sure that this is all correct, ladies and gentlemen, like that. What we then want to do is we want to place a row of white concrete on top of this row of blue that just connects like one side of the lorry to the other, but it doesn't like extend outwards. We then want to place, I do believe, another row on top. So we want to place another row on top, just like this. And then we want to place, how many rows of glass? We want to place 2 rows of glass, 1, and then 2. We want to place a glass on the left and right with red concrete in between. We then want to place a row of red concrete here, just above, that like fills in the empty space like this. And now all we have to do is we just have to add a little something on the front of the lorry that will actually cover up the majority of the empty space. Have I actually? Oh, okay, good news. So I did say that we needed 43 blocks by 7 blocks space. I thought that I got it wrong by like 1 row, but that's not the case because we have to add 1 row on the front here, but on the back we are actually like 1 row like ahead, if that makes sense. So yeah, I was actually right with the measurement. But on the front of the lorry here anyway, we want to place a row of white concrete in front of these top 3 middle white blocks. So like 1, 2, 3, like this. We want to place grey underneath this, and then extend the grey right by 1 and left by 1. We want to take the left and right blocks and extend them down by 1, 2, 1, 2. Take the middle block, extend it down by 1, and then fill in all around this using light grey concrete like so. And that is the front of the Paw Patroller, and that is actually the Paw Patroller in all of its glory. Now, that is awesome. That looks great. I love how it looks. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up all of the empty space around the lorry. Like, what I mean by that is I'm going to clean up all of the numbers and the green and stuff. And I'm going to add black concrete inside of the windows. And I'm going to make it look good. Oh, we're missing a thing. So, where the front of the lorry, right, connects to the back of the lorry, we want to use our grey concrete, and one row inside of this, we want to place a row of grey concrete like this, that just covers up the empty space. So like this, it comes all the way up to the top. No, it comes almost all the way up to the top. And then it comes across here, just basically filling in this empty space here. And then it comes down. So the effect that you're looking for is like this. So you get like, there's an empty space up above here. And then like it's just one row short all around. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And that's what it's supposed to look like. You just want that row of grey. But yeah, I'm going to clean up all of the empty space. I'm going to clean up all of the measurements and stuff. And I'm also going to place black concrete inside of the windows so that it looks a bit better. Give me a second. It shouldn't take too long, and I'll show you what it looks like in front of the tower with like a night vision potion and stuff, and how good it looks. So back in a mo. There we go, that looks a lot better. So if you don't actually want to use the inside of the Paw Patroller, I'd highly recommend blacking out the windows by using black concrete. And of course, if you did draw any lines on the ground or whatever, then of course clean them up. But that is the tutorial 100% fully complete. It's a long tutorial because this is a big build. I've made houses a lot smaller than this, and this is just like a vehicle. If you did enjoy this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. I honestly would. If you do enjoy the content, please consider subscribing. Click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And if you do have any more suggestions and stuff, leave them down below in the comments. Oh, and if you do want to make the Paw Patrol headquarters, which looks a lot better lit up, then check out the card system and the description below. Let me get out of the way of both of them. The card system and the description below, and you will be able to find a tutorial for that. And of course, if you made this along with it, then it really does go together really nicely. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.